Any lineup changes today?
Not sure yet. Not sure yet. We do get George Hill back tonight, and he will be on a minute restriction, and haven't decided as far as as far as the starting lineup yet.
Are you considering starting George?
Considering, yeah. But I'll make a decision right before the game.
What can you say? What improved with him that he wasn't able to go last night, but he can?
Yeah, I guess the shoulder's feeling much better. And as I stated last night, he knows his body, and he feels it's good enough right now to where he can give it a shot. So we're happy to have him back.
Marla Ridenour, Akron Beacon Journal. I know you're trying to learn how to close out a game, but are you also trying to learn how to close out a half? It seems like and do you have any idea why that's been such an issue?
No, I mean we're trying to put our finger on a few things. It's important that you do close out halves. We're aware of that. We just have to be better at some decision making. Going down the stretch of a half. As I told our guys, we have to continue to learn and learn from our mistakes. Starting the game was a problem. We didn't get off to a great start last night, but we were able to sustain to the point to where we got back into the game last night. But right before halftime, the three that they hit seemed to kind of let the wind out of ourselves. It seemed like we never were able to recover from that. But we just have to continue to try to improve in certain areas. At one point we were really trying to get our finger on our transition defense, which I thought for the most part we kind of figured a couple things out. Now we have to learn how to close halves better. We have to learn how to close halves better. So we have to learn how to start third quarters better, and more importantly, we have to learn how to finish games.
Tom Withers, AP. Larry, what kind of minutes are we talking with George? First of all,
he'll probably be somewhere around the 20-minute mark, maybe a little bit more, could be a little bit less. But we'll keep an eye on it. We don't want to try to. We don't try to burn him out. His first game back, and we don't want the shoulder to get fatigued or start bothering him again. So we'll really keep a close eye on him.
And obviously, you're very familiar with this Toronto team, but they're kind of a different beast this year. How's Kawhi make them different?
Well, he's a terrific player. I mean, he's a two-way player on both ends of the floor. He impacts the game. He's a tough guard with his ability to score and his ability to get to the basket. He's strong. He's just a guy that just gives them a whole different dimension. And they're playing extremely well as a team. We have our work cut out for us tonight. A big challenge for us.
Thanks.
Jeff Shadell, News Herald. Leonard, do you think it's good to come back and have a game immediately after things didn't go so well like last night, or is it better to have a couple of days to just shake that off?
No, I think you talking about George?
No, I'm talking about the way the Cavaliers played and getting blown out.
No, it's good to get back on the court. And when you played the way we played last night, it's good to get back on the court. You don't want to take a couple of days to where you can think about it a lot. I think if you ask our guys, they would want to come right back immediately in play so they can shake last night's games and get it behind them. As I told them through our walkthrough today, it was a disappointing loss, but not necessarily from the from a one-loss standpoint, but just the effort that we played with, and we just did not play with any type of physicality. I thought Boston just had their way with us, and we've been playing better than that, and that just last night's performance just was not acceptable, and we have to be better. And coming into tonight's game, it'll be a great test to bounce back from last night's game.
I guess at some level we could wait to see if you actually start George, but that you're even considering it. Would it be because this would be a good time to give Colin a break?
Colin's not getting a break. If I start him, they will play together. So
Well, that's, okay,
yeah,
that's different.
Colin's still in the starting lineup.
Okay.
Yeah. So if I do start him, they will be playing together. But there's some pros and cons of starting George tonight, particularly after last night's performance. So I still have a few minutes to think about it.
So, okay, so this is different. And I know you've maybe talked about it at some point earlier in the year about trying to see those two guys together. But as starters, what would you want to see out of that pairing, playing your, I guess, 2 point guards?
Well,
together?
first of all, it gives us another ball handler on the floor, another guy that can make plays. It gives us speed. It gives us quickness. I like Collins' ability to play off the ball too. I don't want him to be just a one-dimensional player to where everything is happening with the ball in his hands. I think he can be a terrific player off the ball, and teams can't lock into him as easily as he is on the ball. So there's some pros and cons to playing them both together. But I do think the pros outweigh the cons.